In today's class, I will review and then I'll explain how to apply the law of sine and cosine to find the missing sides and angles of the given triangle. First point is in the previous sessions we discussed about what are the law of sine and what is law of cosine. So there's nothing much to explain about this. You have to remember these rules. First one is law of sine is it is a over sine A. Please remember the small letter or lowercase letter here indicates that this one is the side. And the lowercase letters indicates the sides and the uppercase letters indicates the angles. So A over sine A, B over sine B equals to C over sine C. But though there are three fractions, we'll be using only two fractions, not all the three fractions while computing. Next, when it comes to law of cosine, you see that it is at the bottom, which is c square equals to a square plus b square minus 2ab times cos c. One important point is, listen carefully, if you are given two angles, maybe two angles and two sides, if the question is related to these four aspects, that is two angles and two sides, then we'll be using sine. We use sine. Whereas if you are given three sides, this is a simple rule to remember. Three sides and one angle. Three sides and one angle, then we use cosine rule. We use cos rule or the cosine rule. As simple as that. Okay. So quickly, let's jump to the first question of the day. The first question of the day is here. Suppose that in triangle ABC, so let me draw a triangle. You know, I'm a visual learner, so let me draw a triangle first. As I mentioned before, if you are given lowercase a, that indicates that that's the side. So here a equals to 14. I'm taking one of the sides. Next, b is 17. You can take either of the remaining two sides. So let me take that this is b equals to 17. One ground rule is, if side A is given, opposite to that you will have A, that is uppercase A. If B is there, then opposite to that you take uppercase B, that is angle B, and obviously the third one is C. Angle C is given as 55 degrees. Okay, to solve the triangle, solving the triangle means finding the third side, finding the missing side. Okay, what would you do first? For sure, it is not the Pythagoras theorem, because there is no right angle triangle in this case, and it is not similarity of triangle. Therefore, we are left with two more options, which is one is law of sines, the other one is law of cosines. So I see that here one, please observe carefully, 1, 2, and you are asked to find the third side. Therefore, three sides are involved in this question and an angle. So one angle and three sides. So one angle and three sides. Therefore, which rule do I have to use? Is it a law of sines or a law of cosines? So I'll, as this is the first question, so I'll take you to the previous page. Please remember the first one is two angles and two sides, that is sine, whereas three sides and one angle, then that you have to take cosine. So remember this one. So let me go to the next page. It is three sides and one angle means then we'll be using then obviously it is cosine or cos rule. You are not asked to solve this one. So just I'm leaving this one here. Or else, in case if you have to solve this one, how to do means, let me write that c square equals to a square plus b square minus 2ab times cos c. And another important to be remembered is these all are indicating sides, and this one is an angle. Okay. So if you want, you can plug in these values. Opposite to angle C, that is the side C, which is not known. So let me assume that one as x. Therefore, x square equals to, what is a means? You see that lowercase a is given as 14 units. Therefore, it is 14 square. And what is b value means? You see that 17. So just plug in the values, the given condition or rule. A value is 14, B value is 17, minus 2 times A times B, oh my gosh, too many calculations, multiplied by cos C. So angle C, you see that it is 55 degrees, so cos 55. So whatever you see on the whiteboard, the same thing can be computed. Just you enter as it is. So I'm taking my calculator, then I'm entering that first 14 square plus 17 square minus 2 times 14 times 17 times cos 55. Okay, so whatever you plugged in, those numbers you enter, then you here I got that 200, it is 211.97. But this is not the end of the story, just we are one step away to the final answer, because square is there. You know how to eliminate the square. The other side we take the square root. Therefore, the value of x equals to 211.97 under the square root. So let me compute that. You can make use of Desmos online calculator. So I'm computing square root of 211.97, 14.55. So the value of x equals to 14.55. Actually, in this particular question, you are not asked to find what is the value of AB, but just I explained. The question is which one you have to use. Is it sine, law of sine, or law of cosine? Already I explained that. Here, three sides and one angle means you have to use law of cosine. Okay? But this is the extra information which I am giving you. So now questions on this, please. This question, find the value of A. So as I mentioned before, if you are asked to find A, that is the side opposite to angle A. So here is angle A, then side opposite to this one, you are asked to find this one. So this is A, this is to be computed. Let me identify that here. Another side is also given. Another side is also given. And next I see that two angles are given. Two angles are given. Two angles and two sides are involved. If I were you, first I write this way. Oh, so here I see that two angles are given and two sides are involved. Of course, one of them we don't know. Then, which one do I have to take? Is it sine rule or cosine or cos? One and same. So, which rule I have to use? Is it sine rule or cos rule? Then let me think. So let's quickly go back to page one. Page one. Here, two angles, two sides. Please look at this one. Please look at this one. Two angles and two angles, two sides. That is sine, right? So quickly, two angles and two sides. So once when you identify what you have to do, okay, it's not cosine. Then let's write the rule, which is, you have to memorize all these rules. A over sine A equals to B over sine B equals to C over sine C. Now let's plug in the values. Please remember that the sides are indicated with the lowercase letters. So opposite to C, that is 28. Therefore, 28 goes here, 28 goes here. Then denominator is sine C. So this time angle. Oh my gosh, I don't know what is the angle here. What to do? Nothing to be panic, because we know that sum of three angles of a triangle is 180. I see that these two angles are given 64 and 41, and then when I sum up I'll get else let me write properly so that you will not have any trouble. So first angle plus second angle, and angle C is missing, but we all know that sum of three angles is 180. So when I sum up these two, it is 105 plus angle C equals to 180. Either you can guess or else use simple algebra, take away 105. On both these sides, you get that angle C equals to 75 degrees. So sometimes there may be a missing angle, then you may have to find it. Well, then sine 75 degrees. What is B value? Here nothing is given. B value opposite to angle B. Therefore, I'm not taking this one. I'm not taking this one. Then A value, that's what we have to compute. Therefore, let it be A over sine A. So what is the angle A means? That is 64. Now, you may take the calculator, you may make use of Desmos. I'm using my TI-84. What is sine 64 means? Sine 64.898. 0.898 equals to 28 over sine 75. Sine 75.965. 0.965. You know how to isolate the variable. I see that 0.898 is in the denominator, which means division. The inverse operation is multiplication. Multiplication. On both these sides, 0.898. Therefore, these two gets cancelled. The value of A equals to 28 divided by 0.965 The result is to be multiplied by 0.898, then 26.05. That's the value of A. Well, these all are easy questions. So let's go to the next page. Now you have to think and answer. Which triangle would you use? The law of sines. The law of sines. Therefore, law of sines. Let me recapitulate. Law of sines means I have to use two sides, two sides, and two angles. Two sides and two angles. Now, what do you think? Which one could be the correct answer? Which one could be the correct answer of these four? Think for a moment. So the question is to find AB. So let's analyze this one. AB means, let me take this as X. So I see that here three sides and one angle. Three sides and one angle. No, I'm looking for two sides and two angles. And here, what is the value of AB? Therefore, here is one side and here is the second side. I don't know what is the third side. And here two angles are. Therefore, yes, for sure, we go with option B. That's the correct answer. Very good job. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Let's go to the next question. This is almost similar to the previous question. What are the steps to find the missing side? Missing side. Okay, so missing side, I have to be little careful while identifying and reading. So missing side means this is missing because the other two sides are given as 40 and 15. So I see that here three sides are involved while solving the problem because two sides are given and the question says that how will you find the missing side? So three sides, obviously one angle I have to take. Now, the question is, are you going to use sine rule or cos rule? Remember, cos or cosine one and same. So, are you going to use sine rule or cos rule? Please type in the comments. Think for a while. Take your time. Please type in comment box. Think of it, whether you have to use sine rule or cos rule. My apologies that here, instead of these options, let's talk about only two. Is it sine rule or cos rule? That's it. So here, I see that three sides and one angle, three sides and one angle. Then we go with the cos rule. We go with cos rule. Okay, let's go to the next page. Thomas, Jimmy, and Harris are camping in their tents. Well, so I see that Thomas is here. Jimmy, okay, Jimmy. Okay, and here is Thomas and Harris. These three are camping. Are camping in their tents. If the distance between Thomas and Jimmy is 100, Thomas and Jimmy is 178 feet. Okay. The distance between Thomas and Harry is 49 feet. and the distance between Thomas and Harris. My apologies. Here the number is not supposed to be here. Thomas and Harris, here it is. It is 49. Okay. And the distance between Jimmy and Harris, it is 210. So you copy the information properly. What is the angle between Jimmy, Thomas, and Harris? So starting from Jimmy, then, oh, my bad. So starting with Jimmy, then Thomas, so it goes this way, and Harris goes this way. That means the question is about what is the angle here. So I see that three sides are involved here. Three sides and one angle. Three sides and one angle. What do you think? Which rule I have to use? Is it sine rule or cosine rule? Sine rule or cosine rule? Think of it. You have to remember always, maybe let me copy this one every time. Here, let me write that if it is two sides, two sides and two angles, this one is sine rule. Okay, and next three sides and one angle, that is cos rule. So by looking at these, I can say that three sides and one angle, this rule I have to use, which is cos rule. Therefore, let me write the cos rule, which is c square. Oops, my apologies. So here it is law of cosine or cos, which is c square equals to a square plus b square minus 2ab times cos c. Please notice that while writing, I am leaving sufficient gap so that I can plug in the numbers. What is a means? The missing angle, if you assume this one as, if you assume the missing angle as c, right? You may take it whatever the way you want, then that goes here, right? Therefore, let me take this now as cos x degrees, and if this one is c, opposite side is going to be the lowercase c, therefore c is 210. The other two values, whatever you want, you may take them. So c is 210, a is 49, and b is 178. Okay. So anyhow, the calculation part I'm leaving to you. I have to take more of this kind of questions. So let's go to the next one. Another question. Bran and Rose are standing at the seashore 12 miles apart. Therefore, let me mark 2 points. Here is Bran and Rose is here. They are standing at the seashore 12 miles apart. So here is 12 miles. The coastline is a straight line between them. Both can see the same ship in the water. So here is a small ship in the water. The angle between the coastline and the line between the ship and the Brian is 47. So the angle between Brian, the coastline, and this is 47 degrees. The angle between the coastline and the line between the ship and the Rose is 59 degrees. Therefore, here I see that 59 degrees. How far is the ship from Brian? So the question is, how far is the ship from Brian means. This one is to be computed. Now please notice that two sides are given. Two sides are given here. And I see that two angles, one is 47 and one is 59. Therefore, which rule I have to use? Think of it. Awesome. That is a sine rule. So once when you identify which rule you have to use means, let me write that law of sine. So you may practice writing this one. A over sine A equals to B over sine B equals to C over sine C. Now just plug in the values. What to take as A, B, and C means it's up to you. It doesn't matter. So here, let me take maybe this one as A, this one is B, and this one is C. Therefore, small a means, this one, right? Because the side opposite to a. But that we don't know. That we don't know. And this is not necessary also. So I'm striking this part because that is not required. Then B. What is B means? Do you see that the side opposite to angle B is that is lowercase b. Therefore, that is x over what is sine B means it is going to be sine. Don't forget to take the angle. Then lowercase c, you see that it is 12 miles, 12 miles, which is opposite to angle C. Then sine C. What is the angle means? Actually here the angle is missing. If the angle is missing, we know two angles and we have to figure it out what is the angle here. What the angle is here. So, sum of three angles of a triangle is 180. So 47 degrees plus 59 plus angle C equals to 180. Then 90 plus 16, 106 plus C equals to 180 degrees. Then take away 106 on both the sides. Then you'll end up with C equals to 74 degrees. In case if there is any missing angle, this is how you can compute. So the value of angle C is 74. Now, let me grab my calculator. It is x over, what is sine 59? Sine 59, 0.857, 0.857, 12 over sine 74, sine 74, 0.961. You know how to isolate the variable. So we have to go for inverse operation, which is multiplication on both these sides, 857. So, these two gets cancelled. The value of x equals to 12 divided by 0.961. The result to be multiplied by 0.857. So 10.70. So the distance between Brian and the ship is 10.70 miles. Okay. Then now let me quickly jump to the next question. Mr. Yazi lives in Ganado. He wants to find the distance between the Gallop and Blue Gap. He knows that Gallop is 82 miles from Ganado, that Blue Gap is 21 miles from Ganado, and that the angle formed by the two lines from Ganado to Blue Gap and from Ganado to Gallop is 71 degrees. To the nearest tenth of a mile, what answer should Mr. Yazi come up with? So, let me draw a triangle first. Okay, you can draw whatever the way you like. So, Mr. Yazi lives in Ganado. Okay, he wants to find the distance between Gallup and Blue Gap. So here is Ganado, and here is Gallup, and here is Blue Gap. Okay, so he wants to find the distance between Gallup and Blue Gap. So Gallup and Blue Gap. So this is to be computed. Okay, he knows that Gallup is 82 miles from Ganado. Gallup is 82 miles from Ganado. So this is 82 miles. That Blue Gap is 21 from Ganado. So Ganado to Blue Gap is 21 miles. And that the angle formed by the two lines from Ganado to Blue Gap and Ganado to Gallup. Ganado to Blue Gap, and see, Ganado to Blue Gap is this one, and Ganado to Gallup. So Ganado to Gallup is this one, is 71 degrees. 71 degrees. Oh my gosh, it's not easy to analyze. To the nearest tenth of a mile, what answer should Mr. Yazi come up with? Actually, it may be slightly difficult to draw the figure, and next all these numbers you have to plot properly. Once when you identify and label this diagram, then I see that here one side, second side, and third side, right, and an angle, which means three sides and one angle. Three sides and one angle. Which rule shall I use? Three sides and one angle. Think for a moment and then type your response. Three sides and one angle. So the rule is cos. So what is law of cos or cosine? Actually, earlier I left one question in the middle because these all are similar kind. So let me write that c square equals to a square plus b square minus 2ab times cos c. So which one to take as A, which one to take as B, and which one to take as C means. One small tip is wherever the angle is given, this angle, you take it as C and the rest of the two letters as you like. Again, I'm repeating, whatever the angle is given or wherever the angle is marked, that part you take it as C and the rest of the two letters, whatever the way you like, you can take. So let me take this one as A, this one is B. Too messy, no problem. So the angle goes here, which is 71. Therefore, let me write that here, cos 71 equals to, then C square means opposite to C, that is x. Therefore, x square, what is A means opposite to A, I see that 21. Therefore, 21 square plus what is B means, you can see that opposite to angle B, that is 82. So 82, it is 82 square minus 2 times 21 times, my bad, not enough space, times 82 times cos 71. Now, let me plug in whatever is written here on my calculator. First one is 21 square plus 82 square minus 2 times 21 times 82 oops, 82, just a minute please, yeah, times 82 times cos 71. Okay, 6043. 6043.74. After decimal, I am taking 2 digits. Don't forget, this is not the value of x, it is the value of x square. And I hope you remember that how to eliminate square. In order to eliminate square, we take a square root of this value. So square root of 6043.74. Now let me compute this one. The value of x equals to, it is 6043.74, 77.74. So see, these numbers may not be accurate when you use a map, but just only for calculation purpose, just I cooked up a story. So the distance between Blue Gap to Gallop, it is 77.74, these many miles. Okay, questions on this please. One more question. Jack is on one side of a 200-foot wide canyon and Jill is on the other. Jack and Jill can both see that trail guide at an angle of depression of 72 degrees. How far are they from the trail guide? So, just I'm taking like, you know, here is Jack, and here is Jill. Jack is one side of a 200-foot wide canyon. Therefore, the width is my bad. It's not a straight line. The width is 200 feet. And Jill is on the other side. Jack and Jill can both see the trail guide. So here is the trail guide at an angle of depression of 72 degrees. 72 degrees. How far are they from the trail guide? So think of it, and you solve this one on your own. If you have any questions, please send an email.